creepy greetings, and welcome to Creepy Coffees, where the haunt is hot, the brew is bold.
Sip the strange, taste the terrifying.
Let's pour into the paranormal. This is Creepy Coffees.
Welcome to Creepy Coffees, the podcast where horror meets espresso and legends get darker with every sip. I'm your midnight barista, Dawn Ravenscar.
And I'm Eddie Ravenscar. Today we're diving into one of the most chilling tales of Hollywood horror, not just on screen but behind the scenes. The film, The Omen, the story, a curse so wicked it could have been written by the devil himself.
Some call it one of the most cursed productions in movie history. From lightning strikes and plane crashes to animal attacks and demonic coincidences, The Omen didn't just bring fear to audiences. It haunted the people who made it.
Something terrible happened. And then it happened again. Was it an accident? Was it murder? Was it a coincidence? Or was it an omen?
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
20th Century Fox presents a film of psychological suspense about an occurrence of earth-shaking importance. Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, The Omen.
I was at the hospital, Mr.
But before we spill the beans, let's talk about tonight's brew. What do you have for us this week, Dawn?
We're sipping on something fittingly dark tonight, Valhalla Java Odin Force Blend by Death Wish Coffee. It's strong, smoky, and earthy, like the aftertaste of a thunderstorm. This stuff tastes like it was brewed in a Viking tomb, deep roast, a hint of cherry wood, and the kind of caffeine that makes you feel like you're summoning ancient spirits. Pairs perfectly with a cursed film, don't you think? 5 out of 5 pentagrams from me.
Welcome back, fellow fiends. Top your mug up. All settled in? Me too. Let's jump right in. Some had said it was a film born from darkness, released in 1976 and directed by Richard Donner. The Omen tells the story of Damien, a young boy who just might be the Antichrist. The film quickly became a cult classic, but what happened around the movie was even more terrifying. Screenwriter David Seltzer was inspired by biblical prophecy and the rise of occult interest in the 70s. But even before filming began, strange things were happening. To make things even more controversial, producer Harvey Bernhard wore a crucifix on set every day, just to be safe. He made no qualms about letting others know it either, and he had reason too.
The Omen was directed by Richard Donner and released on June 25th, 1976. It starred Gregory Peck and Lee Remick and told the story of Damien Thorne, a boy adopted by an American diplomat who turns out to be the Antichrist. The script was inspired by passages from the Book of Revelation, specifically 13:18. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. It's this biblical basis that many believe opened the door to dark forces. Even before filming began, the production was reportedly plagued by bizarre accidents and deadly encounters, first even before filming the lightning strikes. On separate flights to London, both Gregory Peck and executive producer Mace Neufeld had their planes struck by lightning. This fact was confirmed in a Los Angeles Times interview with Neufeld in 2001. But wait, there's more. A third plane, also tied to the production, was struck by lightning during flight. What are the odds? You're right, practically astronomical.
Oh, and let's not forget Gregory Peck's missed flight. Gregory Peck actually canceled a flight from Los Angeles to Israel at the last minute. For reasons we don't know, that same plane ironically crashed, killing everyone on board. Had he not canceled his flight, well, the mystery and bad happenings continued as if everything up till now wasn't enough.
And it gets even more weirder. Next, there was the animal trainer at the safari park scene. Shortly after filming with the baboons who went wild during shooting, the trainer was killed by a tiger, mauled to death. No one could explain the sudden aggression. It's like the animals sensed something unnatural. But possibly the most bone-chilling event was yet to come. It occurred after production wrapped. Special effects artist John Richardson was driving with his assistant Liz Moore in the Netherlands. Hitting a patch of ice, they lost control of their vehicle and crashed. It was a gruesome scene. She was decapitated in the wreck, eerily similar to the gruesome decapitation scene he designed for the film. And here's the kicker, which makes it even more creepy. There was a road sign near the crash site. On the sign it read, Omen, 66.6 kilometers.
The Omen hit theaters during the height of the Satanic Panic, when America was gripped by paranoia about cults, occult rituals, and demonic forces, not to mention all the serial killers that seemed to run rampant in that time period. The idea of a cursed film played perfectly into all of this. Audiences believed that filmmakers had invited evil in, and they may not have been wrong. Even the marketing for the film leaned into it. They moved things around to coordinate the release date to be in conjunction with June 6, 1976. That's right, 6. 6. 6. It's as if they were asking for demonic trouble, don't you think?
Let's take a moment to look at the spiritual and paranormal perspectives of this film and the circumstances that surround it. Some experts believe that working on films like this, especially those that invoke demonic scripture or simulate rituals, can unknowingly invite real spiritual disturbance, both good and bad. Psychic researchers have long warned that intent, energy, and fear can act as magnets for malevolent forces. Was the Omen a lightning rod? It's kind of hard not to think so, in my opinion. Paranormal investigator Lorraine Warren once said on record in 1981, when people mock or replicate dark forces for entertainment, they invite them in. Not always, but sometimes. In simplistic terms, it makes sense.
Let's step back for a moment and break down the leading theories behind the Omen curse. First, the true curse theory. The film tapped into demonic prophecy and unleashed something real. The true curse theory suggests that the Omen wasn't just a film about demonic prophecy. It was an invocation. According to this belief, the production crossed a spiritual line, drawing the attention or even wrath of dark supernatural forces. Unlike media hype or coincidence theories, this interpretation argues that the misfortunes surrounding the film were direct consequences of spiritual interference. Let's break down the real incidents most often cited by believers in this theory. 1. Lightning strikes 3 times in Gregory Peck's plane was struck by lightning while en route to London. Executive producer Mace Neufeld's flight on a separate day was also struck, and a third aircraft related to the production suffered a lightning strike as well. Interpretation: lightning in biblical and occult traditions is symbolic of divine wrath or supernatural disruption. 3 separate strikes, one for each major player, are seen by some as a form of warning or marking.
Two, Peck's canceled flight that crashed. Peck reportedly canceled a flight last minute. The plane later crashed, killing all on board. Interpretation: this incident is viewed not just as a tragedy avoided, but a possible targeted act. If something malevolent was at play, Peck's role as the father who opposes the Antichrist could have made him a symbolic target. 4. The death of Liz Moore John Richardson, the film's special effects artist, designed the iconic decapitation scene. He was involved in a car crash after filming. His passenger, Liz Moore, was decapitated. The crash occurred near a sign, Omen, 66.6 kilometers. Interpretation: the parallels between this real-world event and the fictional scene are considered too exact to be coincidence. The presence of the 666 Omen is often cited as supernatural confirmation of the curse. 3. Animal attack. After the baboon scene during filming, baboons used in a scene with Lee Remick became uncontrollably aggressive, more than expected, Shortly after filming, the animal trainer involved was mauled to death by a tiger at a different zoo. Interpretation: in many cultures, animals are sensitive to supernatural energy. The baboon's behavior and the later tiger attack suggest nature itself was reacting violently to the film's dark energy.
5. The crucifix ritual. Producer Harvey Bernhard reportedly carried a crucifix on set every day, fearing spiritual repercussions. Interpretation: this preemptive behavior suggests that even insiders felt something was spiritually off. The crucifix was a form of warding, protection against perceived evil forces. The biblical prophecy, the Omen, draws heavily from Revelation 13, particularly verse 18, which introduces the number of the beast, 666. The belief in this number as a harbinger of doom or satanic influence is ancient, and invoking it directly, especially in a mass-consumed film, was spiritually provocative. Ritualistic invocations in art, some occult practitioners and scholars, e.g. Kenneth Grant, the Lemmic scholar, have posited that repeated dramatized representations of occult themes can act as accidental rituals. By simulating the Antichrist myth and repeating it across media, the Omen may have acted as an unconscious invocation.
What are the psychic impact and egregores? An egregore is a concept from esoteric mysticism, a collective thought form that gains power from shared belief or emotional energy, with millions of people worldwide fearing and fixating on the idea of a cursed film. Some theorists believe the curse became self-sustaining. A key point to ponder is that the more people believed the film was cursed, the more power that idea gained, possibly leading to real material consequences. Counter theories and skeptical rebuttals, while believers in the true curse theory point to these examples as proof. Skeptics argue lightning strikes are statistically rare, but not unheard of. Plane crashes, animal incidents, and traffic deaths happen without supernatural causes. Media embellishment, especially during the Satanic Panic, may have exaggerated the events. However, the concentration and symbolic alignment of these events around a single film project is what continues to give this theory weight.
So, what do you think? Is the curse real? If we take all these elements together, the biblical themes, symbolic tragedies, eerie coincidences, and the spiritual fear of those involved, the Omen does appear to carry the marks of something beyond ordinary. Whether you believe the film invited demonic attention, created a powerful egregore, or merely fell victim to stacked tragedies, the true curse theory remains one of the most compelling and terrifying interpretations of this haunted Hollywood legend. My personal opinion is that I remember when it came out in the theaters and I was a little boy. It scared the hell out of me then, and still to this day makes me uncomfortable. I remember my older sister reading the book and her talking to others about it. I remember seeing the black cover of the book with the shadow, and I remember saying, "No way," as I picked up my Scooby-Doo comic book and walked away. I have to believe there are some forces we are not meant to understand or toy with. This, in my humble opinion, is one of them. I'll take Scooby and Scrappy every time. At least in the end, I know it was Mr. Withers from the amusement park who did it.
Beyond the true curse theory, there also is the collective manifestation, which is a Jungian idea that belief created an egregore, a psychic entity fed by attention, and the idea of coincidence and media sensationalism. Some skeptics say it was just bad luck spun into a myth. But honestly, even if it was just coincidence, it's one hell of a list. My thought on this is that there's something about the Omen that still feels heavy. Like the film didn't just tell a story, it carried something with it. Whether you believe in curses or not, the tragedies surrounding the film are real. And sometimes reality is far scarier than fiction. Like Eddie said, there are forces that we just need to not question or toy with.
Thanks for joining us, coffee lovers and fear seekers. Let us know what you think. Like, follow, or subscribe. Keep up to date with all Creepy Coffee's doings at creepycoffees.com or Instagram and Facebook at Creepy Coffees. We have some amazing adventures planned over the next 6 months, and we would love to see you on the road. Check out our website for dates and locations. Come out and get creepy with us and get some cool creepy coffee swag. Drop us a line and let us know how you're doing and we're doing. Until next time, this is your ghost host, Eddie Ravenscar.
And I'm your midnight barista, Dawn Ravenscar. Thanks for joining us this week. As always, be good to each other and stay creepy.